Jennifer stumbled through the doorway of their shared quarters aboard the Celestial Academy station, her three-jointed legs wobbling beneath her chitinous frame. Her compound eyes struggled to focus on the human sitting at the desk, calmly sipping something from a steaming mug. "I can't walk straight. What did you do to me?" she screamed, her translator implant carrying the panic in her voice perfectly. Alex looked up from his datapad, genuine confusion crossing his face. "Jen, what are you talking about? I haven't seen you since breakfast." The Zetherian female collapsed onto the nearest cushions specifically designed for her species. Unusual anatomy, her antennae twitching around. "The training room, you told me to try that human exercise routine." The leg day protocol, understanding dawned on Alex's face, followed immediately by poorly suppressed amusement. Oh no. You actually did the full routine?" "Of course I did." Jennifer's voice rose an octave. "You said it would improve my stamina for the zero-gravity combat trials. You said humans do this for fun. What kind of sadistic species exercises for fun?" Alex set down his coffee, the bitter Earth's beverage that most aliens found repulsive, and walked over to his roommate. His gait was perfectly normal, steady, showing no signs of the brutal workout he'd demonstrated just 6 hours earlier. "Jen, I told you to start with maybe a quarter of the routine. Build up gradually. Did you do the full 60 minutes? Her antennae drooped. 90, I added extra sets. Zetherians don't quit. Oh, for the love of Alex pinched the bridge of his nose. "Okay, first of all, you're going to be fine. This is called DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. It's completely normal." "Normal?" Jennifer tried to stand, failed, and slumped back down. "My legs feel like they're made of Jovian jelly. I couldn't walk from the training center without holding onto the walls. 3 of my classmates asked if I'd been in a shuttle accident." Alex disappeared into the small kitchen area and returned with a cold pack and a bottle of water. "Here, hydration helps, and ice for the inflammation." Jennifer accepted both with trembling appendages. "How are you?" "Fine. You did the same exercises, demonstrated every single one." "Because I've been doing this since I was a teenager," Alex explained, settling cross-legged on the floor beside her cushion. "Human muscles adapt. We evolved as persistence hunters. Our bodies are designed to recover quickly from repetitive physical stress." "That's not fair," Jennifer muttered, pressing the cold pack against her primary leg joint. "When we covered human biology in xenophysiology class, they said you were a death world species. I thought that was exaggeration. Propaganda even." Alex laughed. "Earth's gravity is 1.3 times standard. Our atmosphere has more oxygen than 70% of inhabited worlds. Our planet has weather that can kill you in minutes, and animals that consider us food. Yeah, we adapted to be pretty resilient." "You're telling me," Jennifer groaned, shifting uncomfortably. "I looked up human leg day after I limped back here. Do you know what I found? Humans do this voluntarily, multiple times per week, for something called aesthetic purposes or gains. Some people take it pretty seriously," Alex admitted with a grin. "There were forums," Jennifer continued, her voice taking on a horrified tone. "Thousands of humans discussing the best ways to make their muscles hurt more, comparing their pain levels, celebrating it. Well, no pain, no gain. That's insane." Jennifer's antennae stood straight up in agitation. "Every species in the galaxy tries to avoid pain. That's basic survival instinct. But humans," she gestured at him with one wobbly leg, "you invented entire facilities dedicated to controlled with mirrors everywhere so you can watch yourselves suffer." Alex couldn't help but laugh at her description of gyms. "When you put it that way, ... And then, Jennifer wasn't done. "I found something called ultramarathons. Humans running for hundreds of kilometers, through deserts, up mountains. For what? A piece of fabric and personal satisfaction. Hey, those medals are pretty cool, no?" Jennifer pointed an accusatory appendage at him. "That's not normal. Do you know what Zetherians do for exercise? We swim, gently, in temperature-controlled pools. For 20 minutes, then we rest for an hour. That explains some things about the combat trials rankings," Alex murmured. Jennifer heard him anyway. "What was that?" "Nothing," Alex said quickly. "Look, you'll feel better in a couple days. The soreness peaks around 48 hours, then it gets better, a couple of days, maybe 3 or 4, depends on your species' recovery rate." Alex stood, offering her his hand. "Come on, let's get you to the medical bay. They can give you something for the inflammation, and maybe a hover chair for tomorrow." Jennifer took his hand, allowing him to pull her upright. She swayed dangerously, leaning heavily on the human for support. "Why do you do this to yourselves?" she asked quietly as they made their slow way toward the door. Alex considered the question seriously. "Because we can, I guess." because pushing our limits is how we improve. Every generation of humans has tried to go farther, climb higher, lift heavier than the one before. It's just who we are. Deathworlders, Jennifer muttered, but there was a hint of admiration in her voice now. Absolutely insane Deathworlders. That's us, Alex agreed cheerfully, supporting most of her weight as they entered the corridor. By the way, want to try Upper Body Day next week? The sound Jennifer made was somewhere between a laugh and a cry of despair. 3 weeks later, Jennifer set a new station record in the zero-gravity combat trials. When asked about her improved performance, she simply pointed at Alex and said, "The human made me do leg day." The phrase quickly became legendary throughout the academy. Human exercise routines were subsequently classified as extreme training method and required medical clearance for non-human participants. Alex just smiled and continued his workouts, wondering which unsuspecting alien would ask to join him next.